So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I made these super duper cute marble embossed sugar cookies for Valentine's Day. So I did want to do this as gifts for some of my friends and family. So with that being said, I actually did wrap it in a cute little box that I found at Michael's for $1.50, and then I found this twine laying around my house, so I just went ahead and wrapped it. So if you're wanting to kind of box it like this as gifts, you can head over to Michael's and they have lots of different options. If your cookie is small, you can also use just like a jewelry box as well. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and open that up and show you what the cookies look like. Here we go. So this is basically what it looks like, which is super duper cute. And then this is what our cookie looks like in case you want to see it up close and personal. So you can really emboss it to say whatever you want, which is my favorite part of this, and it's super duper easy. Wait until you see how easy it is. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go over all the equipment that you'll be needing to make this possible, and then we'll head over to the kitchen. So first thing that you'll be needing is a cutter. So as I mentioned, I use two different types of cutters. So I use a larger heart and a smaller heart. This one I found at Walmart, and this one I think I've just had for a while, but you can use any shape you want. That I mentioned, you also don't have to do this for Valentine's Day. So if you want to just use a circle or a star for any other type of occasion, go for it. And then you'll be needing some fondant. As you can tell, I already dipped into mine. So this fondant I found at Walmart for about $5, and it is more than what you need. Really great price for what you get. And then I also did purchase some red fondant. As you can tell, I've also already started using this. This cost me about $4, and this is what you'll use to mix with the white to get that marbling effect, which I'll show you later. And of course, you can use any color you'd like. You'll also be needing a rolling pin. Now, you'll see that I use two different types of rolling pins, but you use whatever rolling pin you have. You'll be using it for the dough and for the fondant, but I promise you whatever you have is more than enough for this. And then my favorite item that I'll be sharing with you is what I use to actually emboss the cookies. So I bought this on Amazon for about $5, and it was so worth my money. This is my most favorite thing to do right now, and it's basically because it gives you the entire alphabet. I mean, after making these cookies, you can make like hundreds more or emboss like a cake with fondant or just all kinds of things, so it's super worth it. And basically what you do is you just toss them right into this purple thing. Basically you just slide the stamps right in, and then you just emboss. Super easy, super inexpensive, super worth all of your money. And then the last thing you'll be needing is parchment paper, which will really make your life a whole lot easier when you're doing this. So with that being said, if you happen to have any questions while you're watching the video, feel free to comment below, and then I will also be sharing all of these items. I'll make sure to link it below for you as well. And with that being said, meet you in the kitchen. So we're going to start by mixing together all of our dry ingredients for our cookie dough. So the first thing you're going to need is a medium-sized bowl, and then we're going to toss in 2 1/4 cup of flour, and then we'll add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we'll give this a good whisk just so everything is well combined before we add it to our wet ingredients, so you can set this aside for now. Next, you're going to need a large bowl for our wet ingredients. First, you'll toss in 3/4 cup of unsalted butter and 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Then you want to mix these well until they're nice and smooth. Making sure that your butter is soft enough is a really important part to this step. So if you've just taken your butter out of the fridge, I recommend waiting a little bit and then mixing your butter with your sugar. Now we'll mix in 1 large egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Now we can begin adding our dry ingredients to our mixture to start forming our cookie dough. So we'll add little by little, making sure that we are constantly mixing after we add more of the dry ingredients. Now for the last bit of the dry ingredients I have left, I'm actually going to work it in with a spatula instead of the hand mixer. And there you have it, some beautiful cookie dough. Next, we'll start rolling out our cookie dough, so you'll need parchment paper and a rolling pin. Then you'll lightly dust the parchment paper with some flour. Then you'll grab half of the cookie dough and take it out of the bowl with your hands. And roll the dough into a ball, of course assuming that your hands have been washed. And then you can put some flour on the rolling pin and use the rolling pin to roll out your dough. Now this flour on the rolling pin is super important because this is what's going to prevent the dough from really sticking to anything. And you'll do all of these same steps for the second half of your batch of cookie dough. Once you're all done rolling out this dough, you're going to cover it with saran wrap or parchment paper, place it on the pan, and then we'll toss this in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Now it's really important that it's in the refrigerator for at least an hour because you want the cookies to be nice and cold when they come out. So from there, all you have to do is cut and bake. Our cookies are out from the refrigerator and they are cold and firm. So it's the perfect time to start cutting. Cut out as many cookies as you can, and then use the leftover scraps to roll out some more dough and cut out some more cookies. If your dough is no longer cold by that point, you can always put it back in the fridge for another 15 to 20 minutes and they'll be good to go. Bake your cookies for about 10 to 11 minutes or until the edges are slightly golden. Now these cookies bake really fast, so make sure you keep your eyes on them. Now for my favorite part, the decor. Just kidding, that's not my favorite part. My favorite part is definitely eating them. However, my second favorite part would be to decorate them. So, with that being said, you can start by taking out your fondant. So we're going to be using our red to help us make some pink, but we are actually going to be making more than one shade of pink. Now, it's really important that the two shades of pink are different from one another. You're going to want a very light one and then a much brighter one. If you're using another color like blue, for example, you can make a bright or darker shade of blue and a lighter shade of blue. When it comes to portioning your fondant, you're going to want just as much white fondant as you'll want a combination of pinks. So for example, your two pink fondants should more or less make up the same amount as the white one. And then you'll want just a little bit of red. Now you're going to want to make like little snakes of each of the different colors of fondant and almost put them together. Then we're just going to add small specks of red and try to spread them out along the other colors. Then we're going to twist the entire thing and then make one little skinny red snake to add to the entire twist. So from there, you're just going to continue to twist until it becomes long and then bring it back together and twist again. You're going to keep doing this until it is somewhat mixed, and then you're going to put it all into a ball and roll it out. Now it's time to glue our beautiful hearts to our beautiful cookies. So you'll be needing a little bit of water, and with a brush or with your finger, you can apply a little bit of water to the back side of the heart, and once you can tell it is pretty well covered, then you can stick the heart to the cookie. And for the grand finale, time to emboss our cookies. Now, when you first get this product in the mail, you will notice that all the letters are going to be attached to one another. So you'll just need to take a moment to grab some scissors and separate the letters. So at that point, once they're loose, you can begin sliding them through the stamp holder just like this. Now, once I have all my letters inside the stamp holder, I always like to test it on some scrap fondant before I actually apply it to the cookie, just because there are times where maybe you could put the letter E backwards or just anything backwards, and you want to make sure that you don't stamp something upside down or incorrectly. So, I definitely recommend always testing it before you apply it to anything. Now, something really important to know when you're putting the letters in the stamp holder is that you have to put them in backwards. So for example, if you're spelling the word happy, you need to make sure that Y comes first, then P, then A, then H. You're not going to spell it from left to right, you're going to spell it from right to left. And as you can see, it doesn't matter how big or small the word is, it really fits so much, which is so awesome. You can customize it to say whatever you want. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment down below. I love an opportunity to talk crafts and help you with any questions you might have. And if you did indeed love this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, as I will be posting way more fun stuff that will hopefully allow you to craft some more stuff on a budget. With that being said, I'm out.